There were 50 major battles. The Bull Run was one of the first major battles. The year was July 21st, 1861. It was located in Fairfax County in Prince William County, Virginia. The battle only took one day. One of the people that fought in the war was Irvin McDowell. It was also known as the Battle of First Manassas. The second Bull Run battle was fought in 1862 of August. It was bigger with more casualties. It was fought on a lot of the same ground.
Okay, boys, this is the day we end this rebellion. Those Southerns will regret ever seceding.
General McDowell was put in charge of the Union Army that was created to crush the Southern Army and bring the Southern states back to the Union. 11 Southern states had voted to leave the United States because they did not want to be controlled by the federal government and because they wanted to preserve slavery. McDowell's mission was to march south of Washington, D.C., find the Confederate Army, and destroy it.
How many men did you say were coming toward us?
About 35,000, sir. We are outnumbered. What shall we do?
They may have more men, but I believe each of our soldiers are worth 5 or 10 of theirs. Besides, we have reinforcements on the way.
So we just have to hold them here until the reinforcements come.
Yes, then we will crush them and the war will be over. We will be our own country and the North will not be able to control us anymore.
In fact, both sides thought it would be a very quick war. Maybe only one battle. Rich Northerners, even some senators and their families came out to the battlefield to have a picnic and watch the war.
Captain, tell the artillery to start shooting at the Southern lines. There, once we've pounded them for a while, I'm sure they'll run away like cowards.
Yes, sir. Fire!
General Beauregard watched the cannon fire from a distance through his binoculars. He saw the South's first casualties as his men were hit by the cannon shot.
Captain, send a messenger down there. Tell them to prepare for attack. Those Yankees are about to charge.
Yes, sir. What shall we do when they come?
Fight them. This is a war.
All right. Sorry, sir.
Beauregard's men fell out but did not run away. When the Union Army charged them, they were pushed back even further and were on the verge of defeat.
See, Captain, I was right. Those cowards are about to give up and run away. Everything is going perfectly.
Not everything, sir. I heard that some of our regiments are firing on our own men.
What? Why?
The reports say they were confused.
Confused by what?
Uniforms, sir. Look. See how some of our regiments have blue uniforms, some gray, some green, and even some red.
Yes.
Was there the repeat those uniforms are the same? No one can tell who is who. Should we order new ones so they are all the same?
No, why bother? We are about to win, and the war will be over before the new uniforms can even be made.
At about this time, with the North about to drive the South from the field and claim victory, General Johnston arrived with Southern reinforcements.
Captain Johnston has arrived. We may win yet.
Shall I tell him to help our boys down by the river?
Yes, he must get his men there quickly, though. If we hit back hard enough, I think those Yankees may break yet.
The reinforcements supported the Southern soldiers and through excellent leadership by people like Stonewall Jackson and others, the South stopped the Union's advance and sent them running from the field all the way back to Washington, D.C. The rich people who came out to watch the battle were overrun by retreating soldiers. The war that everyone thought would be short and cost few men went on for 4 long years and took lives of nearly 700,000 men.
Here we are at the first day of the Battle of Gettysburg in July of 1863. We have General Robert E. Lee ready to attack General Gordon Meade. Lee has high hopes and thinks it will be no challenge, but we will see how the fight turns out.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this installment of Henry the History Detective. This week we will be traveling back in time to the summer of 1863 and interviewing key players in the Battle of Gettysburg. Let me just set my dial to 1863 and bam!
The time transporter has zipped Henry through both time and space to just outside a small town in Pennsylvania, where the two biggest armies in the Civil War are about to accidentally run into each other and begin the biggest and most important battle ever fought in the Western Hemisphere.
Ooh, I made it, and I'm joined here by the Southern Robert E. Lee. General Lee, please look into the camera there.
Are you going to take my picture? I thought you wanted to interview me.
Trust me, it's a different type of camera. Now, what are you doing up here in Pennsylvania, sir?
We moved north to get the Union Army out of Virginia so our people can recover and get the harvest in to feed this army.
Has the Union Army attacked you yet?
I just received a report that a small group of our army, commanded by General Ewell, has found the enemy, but he is currently holding them back. I expect us to defeat them shortly.
Thank you, General. May I interview you briefly tomorrow?
Sure, it was my pleasure. See you tomorrow after our victory is secured.
With that, Henry pressed his transport button and was whisked across the battlefield to the Union lines, where he approaches General Meade, who has just left a planning session with his generals.
General
Gordon Meade's first name is George. General Gordon Meade is part of the Union Army. He got super hurt from the Battle of Glendale. He led the Potomac Army for years. It was his first week in command.
General, sir, may I please have a minute of your time for an interview?
Sure, son, but I'm very busy and I only have a minute. This is my first week in command.
Of course, sir. Thank you, and congratulations on your promotion. Now, sir, yesterday Ewell pushed your men back onto the hills outside of Gettysburg. What do you plan to do in response?
Well, son, they actually did us a favor last night. They drove us onto the high ground last night, then stopped their attack. I've just met with my generals, and we have decided to fight here as this is great ground for battle for us. We have the high ground and are set up in a fishhook so we can easily reinforce different parts of our lines. This may turn out to be a major victory for us.
Thank you for your time, sir. Do you mind if I check back with you later?
I don't mind at all.
I'll see you then.
That day, Lee tried to attack both sides of the Union lines in an attempt to get behind them. General Sickles failed at Cemetery Ridge on one side, and Ewell failed again at Culp's Hill on the other. However, each general made it close, and had either succeeded, they could have won the battle. We rejoined General Lee's camp on the morning of July 3rd, the last day of the battle.
Sir, your attacks have failed on both left and right. What will you do now?
They cannot be strong everywhere. We tried both sides yesterday. So today I have massed my army in the middle, and we will hit the center of their lines. General Pickett will lead us to victory today.
After the South had pounded the center of the Union lines with a cannon fire, General Pickett's men started the long march across the open field towards the Union lines. The Confederate